All right, I guess we're live. Hope everybody's having a good morning. And again, no lathe work this morning. We have to get the dust collection system situated before we can do any of that.
Grumpy's in a cedar wonderland, shavings flying like a magic band. Lay's alive and spinning fast, turning moments that are built to last. Cedar in each hand, oh what a day. The scent of the wood takes stress away.
All right.
Under workshop lights, crafting joy in the quiet night. Life is feeling so grand out here. With every spin the world feels clear. The smell of cedar fills the air. Grumpy's kingdom beyond compare. Wood chips fall like a gentle rain, each piece secure for the ache and strain. Fingers trace the grain so fine, in every groove a story divine. Cedar in each hand, oh
Okay,
what a
here we
day.
go.
The scent of the wood takes stress away.
I hope this is working, y'all.
Workshop lights, crafting joy in the quiet night.
Hey, good morning, Billy. We're gonna do a wood burn this morning. I'm gonna do two different ones. I got that one that you can see, and then I have another one that's ready for me to transfer the image over to the board. Figure I can do that this morning while we do some coffee and some chit chat.
Under workshop lights, crafting joy in the quiet nights.
Hey, I'm hoping Saturday goes just excellent. I can come home Saturday evening and order me a dust collector. That's the game plan. Or at least stack up and get close to being able to order one. Yeah, I gots to have my dust collector. Getting my morning meds ready here, yo. It's what I've been using was that rigid shop vac, and I've used it for a good 5 years, and it's been dedicated strictly for dust collection. And then, like I said, the past 2 months I went into overdrive running it hard. Because it would get a break just like I would whenever I was doing my videos. You know, I would turn for a little bit, sit down and rest for a little bit, and kind of go back and forth. And when I started the lives, that was it for the break time. We don't get much break time in them lives. So I think that's what kind of, that and a nasty filter brought it to its end. Hey, goodness gracious, a whole bunch of people. I was looked away from the monitor and looked back at all kind of people chatting. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Tim. Good morning, Sherry Bear. Thank you for coming through. Good morning, Mr. Johnny. Hear it driving. Awesome. Hey, how does it sound? Music and all still sound good? It's off to the side. I gotta get everything set up for the wood burning. My smoke extractor little air scrubber thing is turned on. That's good. I need to prop the fan in the back door back here. Oh, it's still dark out there. It's gonna be foggy. I can hear the daggum. Oh yeah, it's gonna be foggy again this morning. I hear that condensation and the water dripping from the trees out there into the yard. Yeah, got a little box fan in the back door to help blow the smoke out of the garage from the wood burner. And then, excuse me, in my box, I have a small fan up on top of my box that'll pull the air out of my carving station. And it runs it through a Lucky 13. Yes, sir. That's the whole thing about it. That's the crazy thing. I think it was Mr. Roy had a poll in his chats yesterday wanting to know if anybody thought 13 was lucky. And in my case, 13 is the luckiest number in the world because that's the name of that dispensary is Planet 13. And yeah, they give me the opportunity to sell my stuff up there. And so yeah, that's just like the best luck ever. Let's see. We're gonna do that one, and then I'm gonna I got carbon paper underneath here, and I'm gonna trace my paper on my trace my image through my carbon paper to put it on my wood, and then we'll burn that image and stuff into that piece there. My wood burner, I have a what is it? Peter Child's biography machine. It's an awesome wood burner, but it wasn't what I needed when I bought it. It works, don't get me wrong, but it just I can't use the tips that I want to use. Let me get my I can see glasses on. Right. Coffee, where did I hide that thing? I got a big old cup of coffee. Oh shit, excuse me. Oh, this is another snowman I did last year. This is my favorite. Y'all can see that good. I did that out of a piece of cedar. I love the green in it. Yeah, sign your pieces, y'all. Sign your pieces. This is the nibs that I want to be able to use for my wood burner. Right here. Because I can make my own. And unscrew my machine, you know, and screw them down and put them in right there. But if you notice the thickness of that wire, that gauge, that's about as thick as they recommend me use for my machine. And then look at the thickness of that wire. I have to crank my machine wide open just for these things to barely heat up and to burn, and I'll end up burning up my machine trying to use those. So yeah, these has got all kind of little tips that I'd love to use. Like right now, that little ball tip would be perfect to start doing some of the outlines for that. Then when you get to the finer points, you want to use them little like knife edged, little flat edged ones. Oh, fingers work because it's just got that sharper point, which you can use that to detail out to your sharper lines. But these tips are just too thick. I bought these off of Amazon thinking I could use them for my burning. Turn this on, turn that down. I got a 1 through 10 or 0 through 10 dial on my machine. And then this is the only handpiece that comes with it. I got it wrapped up. I need to move my wrap a little bit more down to the end, but when I wrapped it up high because it gets a little warm, and I didn't want my daggone piece to melt. I didn't want this to melt. But all right, y'all, I guess we're gonna start wood burning here. There's a little piece of wood here for testing. Yeah, we're good. Cause see, I made my tip. I've bent it up and I've heated it up and I put it on a hammer. And you can't really see it good now. I have to get it at the right angle, but it's flat. You know, so I'll use it like that to kind of shade in, or I'll turn it on its edge to get them sharper lines. Oh, excuse me. I'm trying to find the mute button for this microphone. I know it's got one. And that way y'all ain't gotta listen to me cough. Alright, y'all, let me get this image out of the way. This is my my little version of a Lazy Susan that I made. See how we got it in there. It's not perfectly centered. You see it kind of spins a little wonky. I made that. I make every daggum thing I use around here hardly. It's an old bearing that I had, and got a little wooden dowel that would fit in the center of the bearing, and I drilled it in my wood here, knocked the dowel down in there, so there you go toward my bearing set, and then took my Dremel, recessed that little hole right there, and then it'll sit there on there, and then boom. And we'll put that right there, and we'll be able to spin our work back around as we're burning. Hey, good morning, Natalie. I hope you're having a good morning. Alright, well, you should be able to start burning here. I'm just procrastinating and babbling. I haven't done a burn board in a minute.
be where the healing starts. Fumes rise thick, a toxic ballet. Each drip a confession, sins washed away. Yellow sparks bright, black eats the light. Delayed hums a hymn, turning wrongs to right. No looking, no dwelling, just the resonant will.
I can't wait for Saturday. Still a nervous daggum wreck, but I guess that's why I can't wait. I'm ready to get it here and get it on over with. Oh, I hate that. You get up there where you're at, does it get cold enough for snow?
Yellow glows bright, black swallows the sun. The work ain't ever finished, the fight's never done. Lace spins eternal through the wrong and the right. Epoxy in the veins till the end of the night.
We don't get snow here. We got snow last year in January, and first time it snowed since I was a baby. We got a little bit of flurries back in like '96, but it was not really enough to stick on the ground. You'd see it land on the car hoods a little bit, and then in the areas that just stay shaded the whole time, you'd have a little bit of snow on the ground there. But other than that, we never got nothing like that where I'm at. But we made national news last year. We got like 8 inches in a day. Yeah. For a Florida boy, that's a little wild,
Like a wizard with a resin wand, creating worlds where colors respond. Pour it here, let it set, then glow.
Hey, good morning, Bessie.
He's got that magic flow. Drip, drip, drop, the groove aligns. Risen art's a sign of the time.
And I can't pull a straight line for nothing. Morning, Rock Solid.
Lightning flash just out of sight. Grumpy's groove feels so right. This slingshot is electric, neon bright, unapologetic. Lightning.
All right, y'all. How's the music? Is it too low, too loud? I need to turn it up a little bit. That's it. Coffee for sure. Gotta turn my wood burner up just a touch. Hey, it's crazy too. I bought this daggum wood burner. I put some money into it. I was like, when I was buying stuff, I'm on a tight budget, so I don't just have the money to drop every month. So it's like if I see something or I want something, I'll shop for it. I'll look. I'll read a million reviews. I kind of talk myself in and out of buying it for a little while. Then it's like, okay, I'm getting it. I need it. But I was like that with the wood burner. You had the razor tip wood burners and all kind of mess, and they're high dollar. And I was like, I can't spend that much money. And then I was wanting tips. And then at the time, I was better with my hands. The neuropathy wasn't as bad, so I could make my own tips a lot easier. So I figured, okay, I can build my tips. We'll be good. And then it was probably a few months later is when the neuropathy started kicking in a little bit, and it was like, yeah, we're not building tips too much. That's when I ordered that bag of tips, but they're too thick. But what I'm getting to with the Babel is there's wood burners out there that run $30-$40, and they have 2 different hand pieces, and they have the little the wire nibs like this and everything that you can get. I would buy one of those in a heartbeat today before I would buy a high dollar burner, if I knew then what I know now. You know, the high dollar burners are still going to burn up on you. They're still going to get hot. You know, and then you have those ones that's got the fixed tips on there. And so it's like once you wear that out, you have to spend 50, 60 bucks to get another handpiece for it, you know. So I definitely like that little $39, $40 setup. Because I spent over $100 for this setup, and it's like I'm pretty much stuck with just this tip. I can change my tips out, like I said, but I can't make those fancy tips with this thin wire. Oh, go back, I can't see. Music is perfect. Awesome. Don't really I could bump it up a little bit. See, when I set it up, I didn't want to set it up louder than I talk, and I know I get talking soft sometimes, but I got the microphone going now, so it's picking up all my sound a lot better. We might be able to bump it up a little bit. I just don't want to get it too loud. Let's try that. Craft and cannabis, our escape from the grief. Turn the world into grooves, we twist in the vibe. Hit the bell, like and subscribe to the tribe. Lay spirals, carve out our stories in smoke. And the heck of a delay, I can't tell when I bump it up yet. Time's a roulette wheel. Grumpy calls the spins, precision of a surgeon, where craft begins. Wood chips dance like confetti on the floor. Every turn, every twist holds a little more. Hold on, I'll show you. For the mic. That's what I ended up getting. What was that? Mr. Johnny. I think Mr. Johnny said that one day in one of his lives. He was talking about his talk to text and says that his talk to text doesn't understand redneckanese. I think that's how he put it. And I laugh. I'm the same way. I do that talk to text with my phone and it don't pick up half of what I'm trying to say. No, that's not what Mr. Roy has. Mr. Roy has an actual headset microphone. Excuse me. I'll have to find the link. The one he's using is an older version, and he's put his the product number and stuff up in some of his videos, and I've looked it up, but they don't sell a new model of that. That specific headset, if you was to get the one he has, you have to get it off of eBay, and I don't want to order something and spend, you know, over 25, 50 bucks and not be able to get a warranty or something with it. So I looked up the new version of his headset, and I found a link for like 69 bucks, but I don't know how well it works compared to his original. But I do want one like that, because you cannot hear his tool noise at all when he turns his on. Let me turn my burner off here. That daggum thing is just as go, and I'm on it burning myself with it. But now this microphone setup that I got, it's not bad. It's got this little piece here, and that piece ain't much bigger than this, and this is the microphone. And it's got a little magnet and clips to your shirt. And then this is a little fuzzy windsock for it. I guess when you go outside or something, you snap that right over the top. And like I said, it magnetizes to your shirt. There's two of them. This is the second one, of course. But I got the cheap version of it, so it don't have the fancy charging case or anything. But both the microphones will plug in right here, and then they USB-C plug in right there to charge it. But it's not that bad. It does have a good sound. It's not as good on the noise cancellation as Mr. Roy's, that's for sure. Let's see. I'll turn my lathe on. You can hear my lathe sound behind it. I'm not gonna cut nothing though, because I don't have my vacuum hooked up. So, you know, man, that's my lathe wide open almost. And then I'll bump it a little bit so you can hear. So it's not too bad. Alright, wood burn. We gotta do some wood burning. All right, Mr. Johnny, you have a safe day. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, it's not that loud. You know, I think if I tune my music up just a little bit while I'm doing my lathe work, the music will be louder than the lathe. And that's kind of what I want. You know, I don't want the music blasting, but I don't want the equipment sound being the main thing you hear either. Because I'll zone out sometimes and I don't talk, you know, so that's like perfect for the music to play, you know, and then the lathe not be screaming. Coffee. That sucks. Just heard the ambulance or fire truck go down the road. Early morning, probably a daggum wreck with the fog. Hate that. At least my wife don't have to get out today. She works from home today. I gotta take my son to class. Can't wait for him to get a daggum car.
Creative blaze, sharp blade cutting, pouring epoxy to life. Each stroke sculpt chaos, channel the strife. Aliens whisper notes, transmit them precise. Out of this world, roach clip got that spice. Glow bright like UFOs at a midnight sight. Craft wild carvings, man, they take flight. In a zone, no phone, just resin to light. Therapy ain't a couch, it's chisels and light.
That's when you do as Just Carb Rob says, the dreaded voiceover. I know why they're dreaded voiceovers though. I've tried to do a few, and it's awkward as snot to sit there and watch yourself do something and then try to narrate what you're doing as you're going and then not sound like a goofball. And I feel like I sound like an idiot when I try to do them voiceovers.
Grumpy's batshit crazy meds in a haze, roll tight medication floating out.
Oh, snot, y'all. Hold on. There we go. I'm over here just a burning again, but I'm over here just a burning and I didn't have the right camera up. See, that's another thing too with the OBS running like that. I can switch from the lathe to the box, from the lathe to the box. You know, just a push of a button instead of having to jack and jiggle it and give y'all motion sickness with the camera.
Pour the truth in molds, let the resin reveal. Heart deep as the void, carving wounds that heal. Fingerprints and wood grain, grumpy's real deal. Aliens just nodded, man, that's mad appeal. Pour the truth in molds, let the resin reveal. Art deep as the void, carving wounds that heal. Fingerprints and wood grain, grumpy's real deal. Aliens just nodded, man, that's mad appeal.
Got to be careful burning this kind of wood too. It's not really the best thing to burn. It's that plywood laminated stuff, so you got your glue and all that in here. So definitely have some ventilation. I have a dust mask that's got carbon filters in it just for when I burn these boards. But, do not have it on right now because I got that morning medication kind of hanging out my lip at the minute. Can't wear a dust mask doing that. Dust is dancing under workshop lights, crafting joy in the quiet night. But my box, if y'all seen, I did it in one of my videos. I think I showed it, but Jordy Johnson did in his old video, did a real good close-up on his setup. He has a small computer fan set on top of his box, pulling the air out, and then got him some like cotton, like some stuffing, like filter cloth or something right there. I did the same thing, but I put a different kind of fan up. I didn't have a smaller fan. I had to use what I had. But I made a little box to sit on top of it, and my box has like 5 layers of where is it at? Do I have any available? It's probably up out of the way. Goodness. There's a whole bag of it. It's just carbon filter. It's filter cloth, carbon filter. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm getting confused here. But pull it out so y'all can see it. It's not real thick, but I got that cut out and lined in my box, like 3 or 4 layers of it. And so when the fan's on, you know, it's pulling the smoke up through that carbon cloth, and it kind of neutralizes the badness of it. Doesn't make it perfect, but way better than nothing. They sell them dang things for soldering irons. When people do a lot of soldering work, they got little air scrubbers they sell for that. And then there's some pyrography companies that sell them, but they're too damn expensive. You know, you can do that right there. You know, like Jordy did an old computer fan. You know, everybody, well, I say everybody. I got an old junk computer that I could steal a fan or 2 out of. So, but not hard to salvage the parts to make one. And that's, like I said, that's that little bit of protection. That'll help you out a lot. Hey, good morning, Mainly. But that's when you start talking and stuff like that, and you're, you know, just telling yourself what you did wrong and whatnot. You're being real. You know, you're not scripting and faking anything. And a lot of people enjoy it like that. You know, that's the thing. I'm finding out. You got to be yourself. You have to be comfortable doing it. You know, because if you're not, then everybody's gonna be able to tell. You know, especially if you got people that's gonna watch you on a regular, they'll be able to know. That's what I like with a lot of the YouTubers is when they're just straight up real with it. You know, you see the mistakes, you see the oopses and the bloopers. That'd be some cool cores. Stack them together. This wood is it's not a challenge to burn, but you got to be careful. Those grains, that line, it wants to grab your tip, you know, and when you're trying to pull, your tip tries to follow those grains and stuff. That's it, you know. It shows that you're human too, and then heck with the mistakes, you know, it shows that hey, this ain't CNC'd, or you know, I'm putting in my. I don't know how to describe it, but like I said, it's just genuine, not fake. That's what I like the most.
Grumpy laid back, sitting in the shed, scuffling with the wood piece in his head. Roach clips cracked at each one's a gem. Workshop therapy, curve problem stem. Willing if his worries, chisel in hand. Lighting up a stogie, grains like sand. Cool wood carvings, medicine profound. Grumpy laid back, therapy's found.
Buffer and go over all that. Morning, Matthew. And I was saying last night in a little test live I did, I have to go through and play with the music app and make me a whole bunch of new songs just for the live playlist. Daggum acorns out there falling, hitting the daggum metal roof of the sheds. Sounds like somebody shooting a slingshot and hitting something. Hey, good morning, Mr. Roy. Oh, there you go. You're getting some brackets to get your carbon area set up. I've seen where you've been, you got your gouge set up going with your jaw horse. And then, did you get your shoulder clamps yet? What is it? Oh, I see glow. Hold on, what did I miss? Super bright glow in the dark patterns. CCO glow in the dark pigment patterns. I think I got them. uh, do they have to be charged up with a UV light, or does the regular light in the room kind of charge them? I know a UV light's gonna make anything brighter, but out of the pigments I got, one will not glow with the regular room light. It has to be the sunlight or UV light. Oh heck yeah, you got your clamps. That'll be awesome. Be able to tighten it up closer to the wall.
Welcome to the shop, gears grind, sparks ignite. Lace spin steady, cutting dreams in the night. Epoxy drips slow like a teardrop falling.
UV, awesome.
Pain medication calling. Roll the therapy sessions in progression like subscribe. Cosmic confession, aliens fly by, curious, no aggression. We tell them the deal, yo, subscription's free, no question. Trapped like a fossil, spinning these tools, therapy.
Oh, y'all talking some hunting. That would be my dad. My dad was the hunter. He run dogs. He had Walker hounds. They'd run their deer dogs, and he had the little tracking collar that hooked to him. That way he'd be able to track them down. He had some money invested in his collars. Them setups was expensive. I bet he'd go nuts today because it's not as expensive today the way because technology's just improved so much. And he passed away. It's been almost 20 years now. So yeah, he loved to hunt. Come hunting season, he was a strong. He had strong, real good work ethics. And he had a messed up back, but you know he would be at work whether he was hurt or not, unless he just couldn't move. And he would work weekends, all that. But come hunting season, he did not work weekends. Come hunting season, he'd quit. Him and the boss man's gotten into arguments before. He'd quit on the spot. And boss man call him back Monday morning. You coming in? And he'd quit Friday afternoon and start back Monday morning. But yeah, he loved to hunt. He got 2 pretty 8-points mounted, and he didn't get deer constantly. He wouldn't shoot a buck unless it was a big one, you know. He wanted that trophy buck, but he wanted that freezer meat too, you know. But ain't gonna lie, I think he enjoyed just admiring the animals out there in the wild as much as he did hunting. But he got him 2 beautiful 8-points and got those mounted. Deer don't get very, I mean, we get nice sized deer, but they get bigger up north. Against the law to use dogs? Where are you at again, Billy? Or your area? You don't have to tell me where you're at.
Roach clips glowing, fingertips control. Therapy the mission, fire feeds the soul. Ink in the wood grain, carving out whole. Lost in creation, feeling fully whole.
That's nice. I bet he was excited. Western, okay. Let's see, we're down here in Florida. I guess there's certain areas you can't use them. They have, you can't run dogs. They have different management areas, I guess, that are dedicated for it. But you know, the daggum dogs, they start running. You know, it's hard. Excuse me. It's hard to keep them, you know, in a dedicated area. You know, they just want to chase that deer or them fox or whatever they get that trail of. That's one of the dogs my dad had. He couldn't leave him up in the kennel. He had to bring him home. And then if you tried to leave him in the backyard, he'd jump a standard chain link fence. I mean, he'd just bounce right over it without touching it. And then we had a kennel in the backyard that had 6-foot no climb dog wire. And then we had a ledge going into the kennel with chicken wire around that, because he would run and jump and climb up that no climb dog wire and climb over, and he could even manage to get over the chicken wire, and the chicken wire went like 3 foot into the top. But his crazy butt, he was a dang good dog. It was in his DNA. He wanted to run, he wanted to hunt. He'd get out, he'd jump the fence, because we had some woods that was close to the house, and he'd jump the fence and hit them woods, and you could hear him just barking, chasing. And my dad, he's like, come on, we gotta get him, he's gonna get hit by a car. So we'd be out there in the woods chasing him down 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Crazy old dog. Memories. He had a bad ankle, and he would run so damn much, his ankle was just blowed out. I mean, a dog's foot ain't that big around, but his ankle would swell up and be bigger than my fist. And he'd still run. Crazy dog. He'd 3-legged trying to get after him. Alright, this is going to be a constant curve, and this is going to be hard. See, I can't go fluid. Nothing I do, I can't. As if y'all see, I'm kind of sketching the whole time I'm burning. That's how I draw. That's everything. So, and it's difficult wood burning, but you notice I try to be in motion before I hit. Like if you're not moving when you hit, you're gonna burn in and scorch the wood. But I'll go back when I'm done with the burn with a little bit of Scotch-Brite right here and go over all that, and that'll knock that scorch down, clean it up a little bit.
Grumpy's got a plan in his hand so tight. UV resin flows like stars in the night, filling up the grooves. Yeah, the resin moves, flash of neon.
Trying to get my hand placed so I can try to get that pulled through.
Drip drop, it's a steady stream, crafting colors like a vivid dream. The slingshot is electric.
And then it would be easier for a fluid pool if the daggone stuff wasn't so grainy.
Grumpy's groove feels so right. The slingshot is electric, neon bright, unapologetic. Lightning flash just out of sight. Grumpy's groove feels so right. Like a wizard with a resin wand, creating worlds where colors respond. Pour it here, let it set then glow. Grumpy's got that magic flow. Drip, drip, drop, the groove aligns. Reason art's a sign of the time. The slingshot is electric, neon bright, unapologetic. Lightning flash just out of sight. Grumpy's groove feels so right. The slingshot is electric, neon bright, unapologetic. Lightning flash just out of sight.
I do need to go ahead and put my dust mask back on. Oh, the sun's coming up out there. I can see outside. It is foggy. Alright, where'd my dust mask go? And man, my shop was a wreck the other day. And then I had to get to where my Christmas trees and stuff was stored that I carved last year. And I had stuff kind of piled up going in that direction and couldn't reach over the pile, so I had to move everything. And so yeah, it looks like a bomb went off out here now.
Grumpy spun the lid till it morphed out of shape. Lathe humming, hands moving, crafting fate. Epoxy drip lines, bugs and sculptors twist. Zen found in
I said earlier, it's just a regular dust mask, but that 2091 for these cartridges, that has the carbon insert, which will help with fumes and stuff. It helps with dust, you know, it still has that same dust filtration like the regular ones do, but it's just got that added carbon layer, so it'll help you like if you spray painting or something like that, it'll cut back on the fumes. And then, like I said, with the smoke, it helps with the smoke too. And I have a little bit of COPD getting started, so I try to protect myself as best I can because I got my herbal medication, and we know that's not good for COPD, right? So, and I'm not fixing to stop, so I got to do whatever I can to prolong my situation. All right, let's mask up. And then I don't think the muffle's too bad with the way this mic works. We'll see though. Are you hunting right now, Billy?
Of fate. Roach clips, shiny dope soldiers a coat.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. And you just got you one? That's too cool.
Outlasted the hands of fate.
There you go, see? 13 is a good number, it's lucky. Ow, I just hit my head.
Grumpy spins the lathe, hand steady at the grind.
Alright, when I burn too, I drag my cord and get my cord up here with me and kind of hold one end. That way it's kind of loose, and that way I'm not like doing a pull and get hung and get caught.
Like we just don't care. Eyes glaze crimson, medicated haze flows.
Alright, Mr. Roy, I'll catch up and catch you live. If I'm not driving, I'll definitely tune in. I gotta take my son to class here in about 2 hours.
Cannabis, our escape from the grief. Turn the world into grooves. We twist in the vibe. Hit the
Hey, the sound ain't too bad. I'm wearing my dust mask and I'm talking through the microphone. That's not bad. I like that.
our story.
Y'all can hear me. I'm not muffled and I don't have to yell.
That's the inside joke.
Oh, Friday the 13th. Heck yeah, that's awesome.
Grumpy calls the spins. Precision of a surgeon, where craft begins. Wood chips dance like confetti on the floor. Every turn, every twist holds a little more. Aliens floating, they dip in my sight. The mist curling thick in the soft workshop light. Sanded edges, smooth stress, exhaled sins. The therapy hum of machines as it begins. Turn the world into grooves, we twist in the vibe. Hit the bell, like and subscribe to the tribe. Lay spirals, carve out our stories.
Turn the volume up now. You gotta get you a little, well hell, them deer can hear pretty good. As I say, get you a little earbud. I had some deer sausage in the freezer. I got it from a friend last year. Gotta cook that up. My body don't do greasy foods that well, and I know deer meat's lean. It's just on how the butcher processes it, so I have some extra lean. I think it's like a 4% fat rate or something like that in it, but that's just that my body don't do that fat and that grease, so I have to be careful. That's why I haven't cooked it yet. It is, I love it.
As it begins, turn the world into grooves. We twist in the vibe. Hit the bell, like and subscribe to the tribe. Lay spirals, carve out our stories in smoke. Art and remedy blend. That's the inside joke.
Alright, Mr. Billy, go get your deer. Be safe, make sure he's down. Don't let him get you.
Dram mill spins, it's time to play. Epoxy shines in the light of day. Carving covers that gleam so tight. Aliens watching from the edge of sight. Aliens in the workshop messing around. Grumpy's carving skills are world renowned. Stress gets carved with every groove. Like and subscribe, watch the mood improve. Epoxy shimmers as the dust flies high. Shapes take form under a steady eye. Aliens peeking, trying to invade, but Grumpy's got skills they can't evade. Aliens in the workshop messing around. Grumpy's carving skills are world renowned. Stress gets carved with every groove. Like and subscribe, watch the mood improve.
Deer bacon, yes sir. Deer anything, I love venison. It's funny, my wife will eat pot roast, right? She loves pot roast in a crock pot. She will not eat deer meat, so she says. But you let me take a deer roast and cook it in the crock pot, and I season it up just like I would a normal roast. She eats it and loves it, and will go back and get seconds and be eating the snot out of it. But then when you tell her, hey, how you like that deer meat? Ooh, she gets mad and she says it's nasty. But she just ate 2 servings of it. She just don't like the fact of eating Bambi. It is funny.
Stress gets carved with every groove. Like and subscribe, watch the mood improve.
I pick on her and tell her she wouldn't survive the apocalypse. You know, we had to fend for ourselves and eat off the land. She'd starve. Not me though. My little fat self, I ain't gonna go hungry. Fat boy gotta eat, right? I said I grew up around a quail farm. My papa had it wasn't a huge farm, but he had a big barn, like shed kind of thing. Bigger than a shed, but that's about the only way I could describe it. Kind of like a big, like, you see those big shops people will put in their backyard that's got like maybe two doors to pull cars into, stuff like that. It was about, I'd say probably like 2 4-car garages buttoned up together, but it was just nothing but cages inside. Had the slanted floors where the eggs would roll to the front, and it was just full of quail. And so yeah, I grew up processing quail, collecting quail eggs, and then eating the heck out of them things. Yeah, awesome. And then the small game, you know, squirrel, raccoon, stuff like that. I've had that when I was little. Loved it.
Got that spice. Glow bright like UFOs at a midnight sight. Craft wild carvings, man, they take flight. In a zone, no phone, just resin delight. Therapy ain't a couch, it's chisels and light. Grumpy's batshit crazy, meds in a haze. Roll tight, medications floating out of space. Glows in the dark, magic lit through the maze. Hit that like, subscribe, ride the creative blaze. Pour the truth in molds, let the resin reveal.
I'd love to be able to homestead, but I don't think my body would really allow me to do that much more unless I had to. I gotta remember to start turning these alarms off.
heads in a haze, roll tight medication floating out of space. Glows in the dark.
And this is why these kind of videos have to be fast forwarded. It takes me forever to do something like this.
Truth in molds, let the resin reveal. Heart deep as the void, carving wounds that heal. Fingerprints and wood grain, grumpy's real deal.
I don't have any reapers. We have some ghost peppers. We got a ghost pepper plant. Sadly, I haven't done nothing with the peppers. It produced. It did good this year. It fruited up and had its first batch. And I picked them off and was gonna process them. And I like making. We made it's not ghost pepper ranch. I took the peppers from the year before and diced them all up, and then took a bottle of ranch and run it through the food processor and blended it all together. And so I made my own spicy ranch. It was pretty good. But I didn't do nothing with the peppers off of it this year. I just pulled them off the plant and left them right there at the base of the plant so they could seed and grow some babies.
Shavings flying like a magic band, lays alive and spinning fast, turning moments that are built to last. Cedar in each hand, oh what a day. The scent of the wood takes stress away. Dust is dancing under workshop lights, crafting joy in the quiet night.
Yeah, it's supposed to be my son's pepper plant. He bought it because he was going to grow the peppers and then take them to school and try to convince his buddies to eat them. But he wanted to, messed with it, watered it for a week or two, forgot about it, damn near let it die. And so I took over taking care of it and growing it. I want to get some more peppers though so I can make my own salsa. I need to get a variety of peppers growing for that. These drains are messing with me right here. My hand's starting to get tired.
Lay fired up and the dust is flying. Every turn feels like dreams are trying. Stress and pain melt far from sight. Cedar Wonderland feels just right. Cedar in each hand, oh what a day. The scent of the wood takes stress away. Dust is dancing under workshop lights, crafting joy in the quiet.
So I got my earbud in and my phone tuned in, listening to the channel so I can listen to the music too. The way it's set up through OBS, I can't hear the music playing off the computer. It's quiet. I can look at the equalizer bar on the software and see it dancing, so I know the music's playing. And that's why I was asking how loud it was and stuff like that, because I don't know how good my little earbud is, so I didn't want to be blasting it. Sorry, y'all. And then when you wood burning, if your tip's not burning as good as it was, you're not supposed to use sandpaper on them because it's eventually going to wear them out. But I sand that carbon, clean that carbon off. Some people have a little wet sponge and they wipe it across that sponge to knock that carbon off. But you get a carbon buildup on there after a while and it slows it down. Hey, good morning, Pat. How you doing?
Grumpy laid back, sitting in the shed, scuffling with the wood piece in his head. Roach clips cracked and each one's a gem. Workshop therapy, curve problem stem. Whittling his worries, chisel in hand. Lighting up the stogie, grains like sand. Cool wood carvings, medicine profound. Grumpy laid back.
Yeah, some do that too. I've done it before, but my little stropping kit's in my box for more. I was at the shop selling the other day. I had it with me, and it's just buried. I haven't dug it back out. And I had a little piece of sandpaper right here in front of me. I'm just lazy. And then I have a whole spool of this wire, so if I bust this wire, this is an easy tip. I can make these still. And it's just simple. But trying to make the little ball tips and the bigger spoons, you got to be a little more hands-on. And like I said, sometimes I can't be as hands-on. Hey, good morning, Spike. All right. It's not pretty, but it's burned. Let me let that cool off a second. Let me take my mask back off. That's a cool thing, though. I do like that mask. Is this microphone and that mask? I'm not that muffled up. You can still hear me good when I'm wearing it, so that's cool. I do like that. All right, let's get this one out of the way. Again, this is that logo for that dispenser. It's Planet 13, and so we got it shrunk down on there. So I'm gonna take this is red, and then the 13's black, and so I'm gonna take my wood burner and I'm gonna go through and texture the 13 and darken it up black, and then I'm gonna leave it natural right there. But I'm gonna take some of my pigment and get the closest to the. I don't have a straight red. I got like purples and other stuff and some pinks. So I'll play with the color and try to get something close. And then I'll take snot. Where's it at? My UV resin right here, and I'll mix it up, and then I'll paint that in with the UV resin and cure it so it'll be kind of raised. And then I'll take a dark color, maybe some black, so not really what am I looking for? An opaque. What's opaque? Translucent, like not as much pigment in the black, so you can still see the texture, but I want that pearlescence to go over it. So I'll color that in with the black on 13, and then color that in with the red. And then I'll take my torch once I'm done, and I'll kind of torch over, antique this a little bit more, and then I'll take the buffer and knock some more of that char off of there where I torched it, and then I'll clear that piece, and that one will be done. And then this one here, I have to transfer this one to the board now. Burner is off. Damn, I was out of the way. Nose gets stuffy wearing that mask because it gets all humid in there from you breathing. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I got to figure out how to mute this daggone microphone. I know I hit the button once, it turns the noise canceling off. I thought you hit it 3 times to mute it, but it wasn't muting it earlier, so I don't know. But yeah, I gotta have my mute button for when I cough. Excuse me, because yeah, this thing's up on my chest. Y'all gonna hear every time I cough. I can't hide that. Got my second cup of coffee ready to watch some more. There you go. We'll see. I'm busting out 2 cups in one. I got my super grumpy cup going. Oh, goodness. Right, yeah. Bright pink and yellow for sure. I got those colors too. That's what I'm saying. I'll sit there and play with my colors and mix something up. There's me a good pink. Geranium pink. That's bright. Then I got that scarlet. I'll probably play with some scarlet and then that yellow. One of them. And I got that tender purple. It's got some more pink than purple. To me, I'm not colorblind. I can see all them colors, but it's just sometimes when I look at a color by itself, I'll say, "Oh, that's red." And my wife's like, "No, dear, that's purple." I'm like, no, it's red, but I'll see the pinker hues or something. Those will stand out more to me. She picks on me a lot for that. I'll see a blue balloon and think it's red, or a red balloon and think it's blue. But you put the 2 colors beside one another and I can distinguish them with no problem. And then that's another, I catch the detail. You can put 3 or 4 shades of blue together and I can point out every shade difference. But like I said, you put them across the room, separated from one another, and that messes with me.
They whisper truth, medication rolled tight, sparking the roots. Chronic pain, a ghost, fades in the booth, creating our escape, these forms be proof. Grumpy's craft cuts through that ether haze, shoving demons aside, calling brighter days. Therapeutic fiction set the world ablaze, creation keeps healing, we move through the maze. Grumpy's in the lab,
Chemicals collide, yellow for the glow, black where shadows hide. Lace spin smooth therapy in the stack.
Now I've never had bear meat. We have black bear around here, but I don't think we're allowed to hunt them. The area is talking about giving permits to hunt them though, because the area that they're at, they're starting to they're coming out of the woods, starting to come up into people's yards and messing with trash cans and stuff like that. And so I think the city's trying to have a few permits to I guess get rid of the nuisance bears. Most of them stay up in the woods though. But we have the big area of woods that is for the bear. The military also uses to train their rangers and stuff. So you got daggone soldiers running through there playing war games with blanks and stuff like that. So that runs all the animal out. I don't do sodas no more. I'm proud of myself for that. I used to be a Mountain Dew fiend. It was Mountain Dew 24/7. I had a 64-ounce thermal cup that I'd go to the convenience stores and refill. Now, I would fill the cup up full of their ice, but then I'd fill it up with Mountain Dew, and that would be my hydration. I drink a Gatorade here and there, but it was Mountain Dew 24/7. Coca-Cola when I was younger, and Dr. Pepper, and then I jumped to Mountain Dew when I was probably 17, 18, and stayed on that stuff. It's been about 3 years, 4 years I've been soda free. It was tough. I love soda.
Grumpy's got a plan in his hand so tight. UV resin flows like stars in the night, filling up the grooves. Yeah, the resin moves, flash of neon cuts through the dark. Smooth, drip, drip, drop, it's a steady stream. Crafting colors like a vivid dream. The slingshot is electric, neon bright, unapologetic. Lightning flash just out of sight.
Like that little kid, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. That was my catchphrase for a long time. Nah, it's just coffee and water and juice. I like my fruit juices and stuff. I guess they probably got too much sugar in them too. That's probably why I like them. Alright, y'all, I'm tracing over this. I got my carbon paper underneath here, so that's what I'm doing right now, is transferring my image. See, the daggum headset's not completely noise canceling. I can hear that dog barking over the earbud every now and then, I think.
Grumpy spun the wood till it morphed out of shape.
Mr. Roy's headset, you ain't gonna hear that. I like Mr. Roy's headset. I said I got one on my wish list. I'm gonna get that. I bought this one mainly for the my lives outside, because I want to do lives at those events, and it was a little noisy on that first one because we're real close to the highway right there, so it's like I need that. And then I went out, the first live I did played on the beach when I was out and about, and real windy that day, so this one's got that little windsock thing to go over the top, so I'm hoping it'll eliminate the traffic noise and the wind noise. I had plans to get that headset next and get some pigments and my vacuum chamber, but with my vacuum going down, my dust collection is priority. I got to have that back going so I can get the lathe going and even do my power. I can do my power carving outside, but my lathe work, I can't. If it's wood, I can spin the wood outside, but like I said, I can't spin my epoxy outside. It makes too big of a mess. The wood, I can just blow all that off out in the yard, but I can't do that with all that epoxy.
Roach clips, shiny dope soldiers of cope. Out of the haze came purpose and hope. Aliens nodding props to the craft, no hate. Epoxy.
All right, yeah. Headaches from the caffeine's bad. I hear you there. That's what was the hardest part about me when I quit drinking the sodas was the headaches. Yeah, I had major headaches, like you say, from that caffeine withdrawal. It was rough. But then I jumped on that coffee. I drink my coffee hard. I'll drink coffee up to 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not caffeine sensitive. I guess my ADHD or whatever. I can sit there and down this is 2 cups. Okay, you got your Keurig machine, you got your small, medium, large cup. Well, this is 2 medium cups brewed, and it'll hold 3 medium cups. But I was in a hurry this morning, so I only brewed 2. And then I'll drink this down before anybody is even up here, and then make 2 or 3 more of these throughout the day, and then crash. Yeah, we do a lot of green tea here too. My son and my wife drink that a lot. My son drinks that green tea like water.
Precision of a surgeon, where craft begins. Wood chips dance like confetti on the floor. Every turn, every twist holds a little more. Aliens floating, they
Yeah, be careful.
the mist curling thick in the soft workshop light. Sanded edges, smooth stress, exhaled sins. The therapy hum of machines as it begins. Turn the world into grooves, we twist and divide.
Alright, let me see. I don't like how my 13's in there. It's not quite centered. Heck, the helmet's not even, it's dang near egg shaped. I said I'm not the best artist. But I'm just gonna do it to it and make it my own, right? If they don't like it, they don't have to buy it. Somebody'll like it. Heck, I like it.
Aliens floating, they dip in my sight. The mist curling thick in the soft workshop light. Sanded edges.
See, every blue moon I'll get a sip of soda, or my son will buy like when the new Beetlejuice movie come out, I think it was Fanta or somebody had a Beetlejuice soda, and so he bought him a 12-pack of those to see what they were, and I drank one to taste it. It just like I get when I drink soda, I get a hiccup burp is what I call it. I'll hiccup and burp at the same dang time when I go to swallow. It's like it's that carbonation, I like it. It's funny. Go on, little bug, little gnat, get away. Hey, good morning, Bones. How you doing? Pat, let me fix this. Man.
aliens in the light of day.
Oh, wait a minute.
Carbon covers
Yeah,
their
okay, I
ears so
can.
tight.
Right there.
Aliens watching from the edge of sight. Aliens in
There
the
you go.
workshop messing around. Grumpy's carving skills are world renowned. Stress gets carved with every groove. Like and subscribe, watch the mood improve. Epoxy shimmers as the dust flies high. Shapes take form under a steady eye. Aliens peeking, trying to invade, but Grumpy's got skills they can't evade. Aliens in the workshop messing around. Grumpy's carving skills are world renowned. Stress gets carved with every groove. Like and subscribe, watch the mood improve.
All right, Pat, have a good day. Be safe. Thank you for coming through.
They touch the tools.
Don't forget, hit that like button.
Little green hands try
Double
to
tap
steal
that
the
screen.
crown, but with every
Give Grumpy some love. I know I'm not getting the views I normally get because we're going horizontal instead of vertical. But it will be okay. I got this little shape, whatever you want to call it, off of Planet 13. They have a t-shirt that's got like an awesome looking planet in the background with like a little astronaut suit guy sitting there with 13 reflecting on the visor. But I did my own little planet shape and added some stars and junk to it. But that's what I'm going to try to do, is wood burn this one on. But I'm just I'm eyeballing it, and I've never really burned the detail and the shades or anything like that into something, so it's like a daggum kid drew it or something. I said I'm not the best artist or nothing, so just trying to make it look right off the picture I was looking at with the detail and the shadow or something that was on it. And then this is like my little wannabe continent shapes, I guess. Yeah, it's horizontal. It's not vertical. That's why it's different. I'm running through OBS on the computer, and so I don't know how to set OBS up to give me that vertical orientation for their layout. I got to go through and change the aspect ratio or something. But then they have a plug-in that you can hook up or whatever that'll give you the vertical feeds, and I don't understand it all to that degree yet. I haven't downloaded and hooked up any plugins for it, but Runic said that he's got a plugin list. He was going to email me sometime today, and then once I get that, I'll figure out how to set it up and how to use it for that way. My main priority with the OBS was getting it to where I could hop cameras like that. I just could push a button and it'll jump from camera A to camera B, and then have my music play in the background. That was another priority. I had to have my music playing. Bounce back. But I know there's all kind of stuff you can do with OBS. You know, put like waiting screens up, have banners and stuff scrolling across. There's just all kind of stuff to do, but it's just overwhelming for me. I can't, you know, it's a million videos out there. I got to find somebody, just one person that seems to can teach my goopy butt and follow along that way. And then I'll figure it out. Like I said, I've gotten all this figured out on my own so far, just playing with it, trying to set it up. And then I talked to Perry a couple of times, and he was telling me a little bit. And I was like, okay, but I was trying to use my cameras that I had. I only had 2 cameras. Well, one phone for a camera, and then the phone I talked on. So I couldn't use that and set up and then talk to him trying to set up. So, but now that I got the newer phone with the 2 older cameras, I was able to figure it all out to a degree.
Pour the truth in molds, let the resin reveal. Heart deep as the void, carving wounds that heal. Fingerprints and wood grain, grumpy's real deal. Aliens just nodded, man, that's mad appeal. Pour the truth in molds, let the resin reveal. Art deep as the void, carving wounds that heal.
That's what I use for my cameras, is my old A13 straight talk phone. It's all janky. You got to plug the charger in and unplug it for it to open the screen. Then you can swipe the screen to unlock. Other than that, it won't hardly open. I'll have to beat and bang on it to get it to open, and I cracked the screen worse doing that. I got 2 of them that are like that. And so I can use them. Like I said, I'll just pick them up. The charger has to be plugged into the power, and then I plug it into the phone, let it show that it's charging, and then unplug it, and then the phone opens, and then I can swipe and do my thing. Open up my apps, turn the cameras on, and I'm good to go. With getting them let's see, I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh, hold on, y'all. I gotta let the dogs out. Oh, my back. We'll see how good this camera works, or this microphone works. Come on, y'all go. Be a good girl. I gotta let my pups outside. I call them my pups. One, he's 16 years old, so he ain't no puppy. And then the other one, she'll be 4 this year. But they're still my pups. Come on, Pepper. Go be good girl. Oh, they gonna have muddy feet when they come in. It's foggy out here. But no, with my old phones, there's a couple of different apps you can use that you can download to the phone, and then you download them to your computer, and they'll connect the phones to the computer as wireless webcams. And so that's what I've done for the older 2 phones. It's iRuin is the one I use. You can have up to 4 cameras or 4 inputs for that one at once. Download that, like I said, to the phones, to the computer, and then they'll connect to the computer as long as they're on the same network. And then OBS, you open that up, and then you have to create your scenes, and you can attach each phone to each scene, and then you have to create your audio input, and I'm using the microphone for that, and then you have to attach that to each scene. And then VLC media player is it works with OBS like, I guess, natural. It's something they have some of those files into that system native. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think. But I built a playlist with some of the songs I made, and then put them in the playlist, set it to shuffle and set it to repeat, and then you hit play on that before you start, and then you start your stream. And then you can put the cameras to a hotkey, like I hit button C, and that's what switches my views. And then, like I said, the playlist plays in the background. I cannot hear the playlist on my computer playing unless I got an earbud in and I got the channel opened up that I'm streaming to, which is good, because then you don't have your background noise, I guess, feeding into it. The first time I done it, I did it with media player playing in the background, and it was creating a nasty echo and stuff like that, because you couldn't turn it down. If you turned it down in the background, it wouldn't play through the stream. So yeah, I've been playing with this mess for a few weeks trying to figure it out, and it was all I was waiting for the microphone And then, like I said, that first sale I did for them on the 13th, I took all that money and got the microphone and the new cell phone. So yeah, it's been working. Lurking and sanding, there you go. I do that a lot too in people's lives because I have to polish the bottom of my clips and all so much. I'll sit there and just turn the live on and just kick back and start doing my work while I watch. That's why I lurk, because it's hard to chat. Go. All right. Pups are in. I'm gonna sit down and take the tape off here and see what this looks like now. Hey, good morning, Steve. Let me fix you up here, buddy. Oh. There you go. Hey, that transferred okay. Not too bad. What y'all think? So you gotta love that transfer. And then you can use this same piece of daggum carbon paper. You can use that same thing 100 times on 100 different pictures and it'll still work. I love this stuff. A little bit goes a long way. Yeah, you can set them up because it's like I said, it's run through your computer, and then all you got to do is put a capturing app to capture your stream.
Grumpy laid back, sitting in the shed, scuffling with the wood piece in his head.
Steve, I don't have no lathe videos going this morning. My daggum dust collection is down at the moment. I was using the shop vac for my dust collector, running to a little 5-gallon dust deputy bucket and whatnot. But shop vac finally burned up on me, so we're down for a little bit. Like I said, fingers crossed that grand opening is going to be awesome, and I'll get a lot of business and be able to get my dust unit. I found one on Amazon, and for what I use and what I do, I think it'll do me perfect. Because what I said yesterday is the shop vac. I looked it up. It's 2.5-inch hose and a 6 horsepower motor, and so it was giving me their specs was saying about 51 CFM, and that's not a lot, but you know, just for what little bit I was doing, that was working out great. It didn't catch all my dust in my shavings, but shoot, nothing will. You're still gonna have something escape. But the dust collector that I'm looking at, it's like a little 1-horse motor, but it's a 4-inch hose, and they're claiming that it has almost 600 CFM, you know, so you go from 51 CFM to 600 CFM, and for what little bit I do, this should be perfect. My main thing was the footprint. I couldn't have something huge to take up a lot of space. I want that little Harbor Freight set up, but again, that's really not little for my shop. So the one I found, it's a wall mount. It'll hang up on the wall. Let me find the specs for it. That way I ain't just babbling, I can tell y'all. I forgot I can sit here and play at my computer too. Yeah, the one I'm looking at is a Win 7.4 amp induction motor. It's got a 15-gallon bag, a mobile base with an optional wall mount, and that's what I'm going to do, is mount it up on the wall. because I can mount it above my bench in the corner where my dust deputy's sitting, because I have my vacuum under my bench, so it's not taking up no floor space. And then on top of my bench, right above my vacuum, I have the 5-gallon bucket, and then I have that tall Orida dust deputy system screwed to the bucket lid. And just the footprint of that 5-gallon bucket with that attachment on there, that's about the size of that 15-gallon bag set up hanging, you know. And I have an opening on the wall right there. I just have to trim probably 6 inches off of one of my shelves right there and move a tote down, and then I'll be able to mount that on the wall out of the way. And that's like $169 for that. And I think it comes with a it comes with a 5-micron bag, and it's good. That's good for dust collection, but I wanted the finer micron filtration. And where'd it go? I found a bag that it's a dust collector filter bag for wall mount dust collectors, and it's a 1-micron bag, and that's the finest you can buy for filtration. So I'm gonna get that dust collector for $169, get the 1-micron bag for $20, and then there's a coupling that'll drop it from 4 inches to 2.5. I need that for right there at my bandsaw, because the adapter for my bandsaw is only 2.5. And then I'll build a 4-inch deal for my lathe. That way I have more suction there. But I could get all 3 of those deals and be running right there about $200. And then replacing the vacuum cleaner that I had for that 2.5-inch outlet, and then the 6 horsepower, I'm looking at like $130, you know. So I would rather save up a little bit and get the real deal dust collector and see how that does me. So that's with the event, or the grand opening coming up. That's why I'm hoping I do good then. I did very good for the 13th when I did their 13th event. First time I ever did one, I made just over $100, and that was awesome. But like I said, I put all that right back here. And then when I do their grand opening, it's going to be the same thing. All that money is going to go right back here. Because now I need the dust collector because my vacuum pooped. Hey, good morning, Palato. Let me fix you up here. I didn't see you come in. How are you doing? How's your wife doing? There you go, you got your wrench now. I gotta pay attention to the time, babbling and not studying much. Okay, I'm gonna start wood burning on this, yo. This is a different wood. This is, I believe, the same thing as the, I think this is actual birch here, but it's not no laminated plywood. It's the actual chunk of birch cut. The stuff I was using earlier, that's a wannabe birch plywood laminate stuff. You see how the grains are going this way, and I sanded just a little bit off, and then they're going the other way. You know, that's why you got to be careful burning this, because of all the glue that's in it. I got to keep my hand off the burn, so I'm going to work my way across. I'm going to be bouncing all over the place, but I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to work my way across this way so I'm not smearing that carbon all over the place. Aliens in the smoke, they whisper truth. Medication rolled tight, sparking the roots. Chronic pain, a ghost, fades in the booth. Creating our escape, these forms be proof. Grumpy's craft cuts. Turn that heat down. That's burning a lot different than that plywood. softer.
The world ablaze. Creation keeps healing. We move through the maze.
Oh, turned it down too low. Hey, Hobo, how you doing this morning? Thank you for coming through. Y'all don't forget, hit that like button for me. Give me some comments. Subscribe if you're out there lurking. I don't mind the lurkers because I lurk in channels too. Just give me that subscription and that thumbs up and we'll be a happy camper.
Fumes rise thick, a toxic ballet. Each strip a confession, sins washed away. Yellow sparks bright, black eats the light. Delayed hums a hymn, turning wrongs to right. No looking, no dwelling, just
Right? There you go.
only silence can fill. Shadows in the grooves, ghosts etched in the grain. Epoxy binds the cracks, sealing up the pain.
I have a bunch of the plywood boards cut, and I need to go through and sand the edges down and get all the tool marks and stuff off of them and get them cleaned up to where they look, you know, kind of like a framed board or something. That's what I was going for. Kind of like I did this when I went through and roughed it all up and then rounded it over. I don't know how this would work with a router, if I'd be able to round it over with a router or if it would just splinter the edges all up. I guess maybe if the bit was super sharp it would work, but I did that with my Dremel and a sanding drum and stuff. But I got a stack of boards that are cut about the same shape, but they're just sharp to edge still, so I need to go through and kind of round them all over and clean them up and then get them ready to put pictures and stuff on. Because yeah, I mean that's what I do. If you look at my banner for my YouTube channel, you'll see I've got a wood burn in there that I've done. I got an awesome stencil for a couple of Jesus burns that I do. I got one it's hard to explain it. I'll have to find the picture and show y'all, but I did a bunch of those. These kind of boards that I've done a few and sold to my wife's co-workers and bought a couple, and then I've just made some just to give to them. Like she had one friend of hers that worked that was giving her a ride because her vehicle was transportation issues, and so I turned around and she liked Eeyore off of Winnie the Pooh, so I done her. I think in my banner, I think that's her board that I'm burning. If it's an Eeyore in there, that's the one I made for her. But, yeah, I do wood burning, I do power carving. But most of my stuff is that lathe work. It's easier for me to work the lathe with my neuropathy than it is for me to do the power carving and stuff. The wood burning and stuff early in the morning is not as bad. My neuropathy doesn't really, the more I'm up doing and stuff, you know, the worse it starts to play. So early in the day, it's not as bad. I got more control. Power carving, it don't matter. Early in the morning, late in the day, I don't have that as much control anymore. If you see, I white knuckle dang near everything because I grab it super tight because I can't tell how tight I'm grabbing stuff half the time. And with that power tool, I mean, you look at that bit's grabbing stuff, right? And so when you're doing something and you know you hit a soft spot and you can't tell how hard, all of a sudden that soft spot, and I just got a deep drag across right there, you know, not a line that I intended. So I'd either have to carve it super deep to recover or sand the heck out of it or just have a nasty mark in there. And so with that, I don't power carve as often as I used to because I get more discouraged, I guess, when I'm power carving because I'll have them damn whoopsies. It don't matter if I carve for 5 minutes and put it down and come back, you know, I'll still end up having a whoopsie. So But yeah, wood burning and lathe work is easier. The lathe, you still got to be careful, but I'm using not just my hands, I guess my arms, everything. You know, I don't have the long handles where I lock it to my side, but I do use my body to stabilize my movements more. But I get heavy-handed. That's why I like using the live center and dead center. Y'all saw when I was using that chuck, if y'all watched that live, I got that catch and sent that piece flying because it busted and flew off the lathe. You know, with the live centers, I get a catch like that, the piece just stops. You know, it's nothing. It can be drastic if you got the tailstock bowed down too tight, but when you're using those live center and dead center, it's kind of hard to bind your piece down that tight. So if you do get too heavy and slip into it too hard with that gouge, like I said, the piece stops. You know, that's why I use live center and dead center so much, because I do get heavy-handed, and it's, y'all saw, like I got heavy-handed the other morning, and I got lucky I didn't get clocked in the head. You know, that little egg broke off and went flying. I still ain't found the ends of it. There's two chunks of epoxy unaccounted for. But yeah, I'll get better with it. The more I do, it'll almost be like a muscle memory, and I won't push in as hard as I feel. We'll get there.
Aliens nodding props to the craft, no hate. Epoxy vibes outlasted the hands of fate.
And then I want a bigger lathe in general, so once I get a bigger lathe, we'll be doing bigger projects. So it's going to be an event. It's going to be, let's see, entertaining to say the least, because I'm sure that won't be the last time a piece goes flying. I need to get a daggum face shield. That's one thing that I did realize when that piece broke off the other day. Is like, yep, I need to add a face shield to my wish list. It's not a priority, but it needs to be. You know, what's that, the old Gen Xer here? You know, we got to F around and find out. I almost found out. So we got to F around some more. But yeah, I do want a bigger lathe. I want one that's reversible. I don't know. Then I want one that's got that where the headstock. I've seen some lathes where they have that the headstock is measured. You have locking points all the way around, kind of like a clock where you go 5, 10, 15, 20 different degrees all the way around it, you know, where you can do different projects. I would like to have one that actually locked like that. You know, and then a bigger size. You know, I don't want some daggum brushed motor. That's the bad thing with my little lathe, is it's like a Dremel. It's got brushes for the motor, so if I drag too bad on the motor, I'm gonna burn it up quick. I always tell your story. Grumpy's full of stories. That's like Bones. Bones, you still in here? You said you wanted to hear about some of my skateboarding stories when I was younger. I wasn't the best skateboarder. That might be why I fell down and got so many injuries and am so busted up now. But street skating, no sir. I could not street skate worth a flip. I can ollie sitting still, and I can ollie good. But you get me going and trying to ollie, no sir, my feet didn't work. That board would come out from underneath me. I'd bust my butt, slam my head on the ground, all that stuff. But you get me on a ramp, you get me on a half pipe, I was good on the ramp. You know, that was, I could handle that. It was fun learning though. But yeah, I dang sure cracked my head quite a few times. We weren't helmet and pad advocates like we are today. Yeah, Holly, fingerboard pretty good. Yeah, I hear you. That's about all I need to do these days. I still have my old skateboard. I do. My goofy butt. It was, I was in my 30s. My wife's parents their neighbor, his son was into skating, and we had some kids at the end of the neighborhood that had a nice ramp and everything. It had a little spoiled rich brat's what he was, and his dad, you know, if I had the money, I'd do the same thing for my kid. I can't blame him. But his dad had concrete put in on the side of the house, you know, give him a nice flat concrete pad to skate on, and then had people come in and build him some nice little ramps and everything. He had a little mini skate park on the side of his yard, and him and all his buddies would go out there and skate on it. And my father-in-law, their neighbor boy, he wanted to get in on it, you know, but they picked on him, you know. He didn't have a good skateboard, you know, he didn't know how to skate all that great, you know, so they bullied on him. They wouldn't let him participate and, you know, hang out down there, and I felt bad. He was like, that ain't right, you know. So I got back into skating. I built me a new deck, just a blank deck, but I put nice trucks, bearings, and wheels and stuff like that on there. And then I started helping him build little ramps. He didn't get a half pipe built, but I helped him build a couple of little quarter pipes and a couple of grind boards and stuff like that. That was about the last time I played with it. I fell down a few times, but not bad.
They touch the tools, they knock stuff down. Little green hands trying to steal the crown. But with every cut and every spin, Grumpy's got this aliens won't win.
And I don't like bullies. I growed up being bullied, and as I was little, I'm 6 foot now, but when I was a kid, I was a little runt. You know, I didn't have no size to me. I didn't get no height to me until middle school. And so yeah, growing up, I was a little guy, always getting picked on. And in middle school, I failed 6th grade because I was getting bullied and picked on. I didn't fit in with the popular kids and shit, so I didn't care. You know, in my brain, I wanted to fail almost just to get away from them. And when I did that, I was little. Hey Perry, check it out. How does it sound? I got my music playing. Here we go. Boom, there's my lathe. There's my box. I did it. Yeah, penny pipe. Barry, if you're working, buddy, I hope you're safe and have a good day. Sounds good. Awesome. Thank you. I still have to figure out how to do the animated, like, please wait, I'll be here in 15 minutes scenes and stuff like that. But for the basics, this is what I wanted. I wanted to be able to switch between my lathe and in my box and have my music playing in the background. I got a VLC playlist created, so it'll shuffle and random. I just got to add to it now. Hey Amy, thank you for coming through. Y'all hit that like button for me, please. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for all the support, everybody.
Epoxy river running, lighter cases on the creek. Roach clips in the glow, Grumpy's work unique. Carving late nights, therapy on repeat. Alien vibes hit wild, art'll never retreat. Grumpy's batshit crazy, meds in a haze. Roll tight medication, floating right of space. Glows in the dark, magic lit through the maze. Hit that
Hate them alarms. I gotta turn them off, but I gotta have them. I gotta have the 7:30 alarm on, but the rest of them I got to mute them. Dang, them things scare me and make me jump. But yeah, babble, back to the bullies. Did not like the bullies, could not stand the bullies. They picked on me like crazy. And like I said, I failed 6th grade and was a runt. And when I come back from that summer, I was no longer a runt. It was like the daggone, I found my Wheaties plus some. It's like I grew almost a foot over the summer. People that I had to look up to the year before, I was looking down at the following year. And it was like, yeah, it just clicked. You know, that first day of school, the bully from the year before that messed with me constantly. I'm talking about I would drop my books and run from this guy. That next year, first day of school, I saw him and he bowed up like he was gonna come after me, and I dropped my books and he says, "Run," and I didn't run. I stood right there, and that was a good thing and a bad thing. It was good for my head to a degree because I didn't let the bullies mess with me no more. But at the same time, I kind of went stupid with it and I became a bully. I was one of them assholes for about a year and a half, 2 years, hell, probably about 3 years. And then I realized what the heck I was doing, and I stopped doing that. Like I said, I hated it. But yeah, I turned into one of them buttheads for a little while. That's why I don't like bullies. I know what it's like to be bullied, and then, like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm not innocent. My dumb ass stepped on that wrong side of the line and was that bully for a little bit. But yeah, I definitely learned to stand up for myself after that. And that kind of, like I said, that's good and bad. You don't need to let people walk all over you, but at the same time, you don't need to walk all over nobody else, right? That's it. Nobody's perfect. I wake up and I try to be better than I was the day before. That's all I can do. And as long as I realize what I've done and I take accountability for that, then, I'm going to go about bettering myself from it. All right, well, be careful. Can I have sugar?
Kiss your head.
Oh. Be safe. It is 7:30, y'all. I need to start wrapping up so I can feed the pups and get myself ready. I got to get my boy to class today. Wait, what is today? Thursday. No, I don't drive today. There you go. I didn't realize in the morning. I don't drive on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Dancing under workshop lights, crafting joy in the quiet night. Lay fired up and the dust is flying. Every turn feels like dreams are trying. Stress and pain melt far from sight. Cedar Wonderland feels just right. Cedar in each hand, oh what a day. The scent of the wood takes stress away. Dust is dancing under workshop lights, crafting joy in the quiet. Alright, here I am saying I need to get off, and I'm just steadily getting at it here. I'm gonna wood burn that, wood burn all this in there. And then I'm gonna go through again with my epoxy or my UV resin and my pigments. I'll mix up my colors, and I'll make, that back there like a blue for water, and then put some brown and some greenish in these for like some land for like continents, and I'll make it look like a planet. And then I don't have a white. I have to look through and see what I have. I might not go with a lot of color if I don't have enough colors to bounce out. I'll make this like a gray. I think I can come up with a gray color and then do that. And then my stars, I'll make those glow. All right, Plato, have a good morning, man. I'm fixing to shut down too. I got to get in there and feed my pups. I gotta see if I get the grand pug today. I don't think she comes today. I think she'll be here tomorrow. But I'm gonna get everything going, and then once everything's done and everybody's off and gone, then I'll see who's online, and I might go live again, just for the chit chats and stuff. I might see if I can play with that vertical and get some vertical work. But I can't wait for the stuff for YouTube. There's a deal with YouTube out. Y'all can Google it. YouTube's new settings for vertical and horizontal. They're rolling out to where you can go in. You have to schedule your view, your live, and then you have to run through a streaming service like OBS or something like that. But you don't have to have no crazy plugins or nothing. You could be running horizontal like I am right now, and when you schedule it, it's supposed to give you the option for both vertical and horizontal, and then it crops dead center of your horizontal view and turns that into a vertical view. So if you use that, you have to make sure the main part of your video is where it'll show you a preview on your computer so you can see where your cutoff's going to be, but you have to be mindful of that cutoff one, because it takes your horizontal view, like I said, it crops that center, and so that center piece will be a vertical live feed while you have your horizontal live feed, and it's one chat, and so that'll put you out to everybody doom scrolling vertical to get you all the views, plus have you a nice horizontal where your normal viewers can see what you're doing. And I can't wait till they get that. It's supposed to, Runic said he saw the same thing and believes that it's 2026, when they'll start rolling that out to everybody. Right now, it's just like, I guess, in beta stage. Only a few creators are getting access to it. So it's coming. Y'all Google it if you're into the streaming and see it. It's pretty neat. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna come over here and figure out how to shut this off now. Let's see. Let's see, end stream there. I don't know which one of these streams I'm supposed to stop first, but I know I shut off and it went abrupt last night. So I'm going to stop it on the OBS first and then stop it in YouTube. All right, everybody. Y'all have an awesome morning. Y'all stay safe out there, and God bless everybody. Thank you. Y'all might see me a little bit later.